Welcome back to Studio 40 Live. We're rolling along here at 10:40 on a Thursday, and now it is time for TMZ. We call it the 30-mile zone, and time to talk to our good buddy Branson Quirk. He is in the newsroom down in Los Angeles, hanging out right now, getting us caught up on all things that are celebrity-related, just different news topics that we need to know about. Good to see you, Branson. How are you?
Good to see you, Gary. How you doing? Doing well. Just a busy day here, as always.
Yeah.
But lots to talk about for sure.
Yeah, it's always busy in that newsroom. Trust me. All right, we got a couple topics. The first one we're going to talk about is ASAP's lawyer, Joe Tacopina. And tell us about what's going on with this, with the jury and everything. And I know he fully believes that his client is innocent, and they're going the full length on this.
Well, this trial was only 3 weeks long, but let me tell you, it was a very tense trial. Obviously, a lot happened in the courtroom. We had Rihanna in there a handful of times, ASAP Rocky, the alleged victim, on the stand testifying in this case. So a very tense 3 weeks. We had been speaking to ASAP Rocky's lawyer extensively during the trial, but now we were able to actually speak with him after the verdict was read. As we know, this week, ASAP Rocky was found not guilty in this assault trial. He was facing 24 years in prison, so definitely a scary situation for him and his family. You can see in that video, he jumps after Rihanna and his family, giving them a huge hug after that verdict was read. But now we're getting a point of view from the lawyer, Joe Tacopina, who tells us just how tense it was in that courtroom when that verdict was read. He said that, and he stopped by TMZ Live yesterday to tell us all about it. And in this interview with him, he tells us that just before the verdict was read, he had noticed that the judge was looking at the documents with a strange, angry face, and then at that moment decided to poll the jury. If you don't know what that means in legal terms, that's where they poll the jury up, and then they ask each and every juror how they feel, and if their decision in this case is how they truly feel, which can sometimes lead to a problematic situation in terms of the jurors can, have a different decision. They can start to rethink things. The judge can call a new trial. So things can change when they poll the jury. So he said that his heart basically fell out of his chest. He felt like he was going to have a heart attack. He was at one moment convinced that he may have lost this case, leading to him super stressed out here. But then obviously they read the verdict, not guilty, after he did ask the judge why he did that, because it was pretty uncommon for him. And the judge told him that this is what he does in every case. So everything was okay, just common practice for that judge, but definitely a tense situation for him.
Holy cow, yeah, wow, nail biter right there too. But yeah, he was going to bat for the client, went for it, knew he was going to get the acquittal, and thought, oh my gosh, maybe not. So all right, let's move on to the next one now. We'll talk about the Menendez brothers, and these guys, early stages now. We're finding out that when they first got in prison, they've been there for 35 years, that there was some beatings going on in the early stages, huh?
Yeah, a lot going on. And let me tell you, this is pretty crazy. We actually were able to have the Menendez brothers on our new podcast here at TMZ. It's called Two Angry Men. We just released that today. You can go check that out. We speak to the Menendez brothers extensively, Harvey Levin and their lawyer, Mark Garagos, who is actually the co-host on this new podcast. And they told us all about their stay in prison, going back to the early days of that stay. And just like you said, they brought up just how brutal it was for that first few years in the slammer, and they talked also about just that first 21 years. They were separated. As we know, the two were in completely separate prisons for that first 21 years, which was very difficult for them. We know that Erik revealed that at one point he was told about Lyle had broken his jaw because he was viciously attacked. Erik also mentioned how it was tough for him, also being attacked in prison. I mean, there's such a culture in prison when it comes to being with the right people. There's gang culture that he brought up and different things like that. And I have to say as well, this all comes down to, I'm sure, their fame and everything with that big trial. People saw them as spoiled brats. We talked to them about that. They've definitely turned into definitely different men at this point. They say that they've become empathetic men from spoiled brats. Their hearing is just a month away, so a lot is heating up right now. Like I said, Mark Garagos is their lawyer, so he is that co-host on the podcast. He gets all into that leading up to that hearing coming up. Their family is in support of them. There's a lot going on here, but really interesting to actually hear from these two leading up to this resentencing hearing.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting stuff. Yeah, we're going to keep up to date on that. And always great job, coming on the show and hanging out with us. Be sure to say hi to Harvey for us. You do see Harvey from time to time, don't you?
Yeah, just right over there. Just right over there. He's there right now.
All right. Branson, thanks a lot. Love the hat game. It's phenomenal. And once again, Scott did promise, so he's going to get you to some Kings gear so you can wear that next time you come back on the show. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much. Super excited. Thank you.
All right. Watch show weekdays, of course, at 2 p.m., 3 p.m. right here on Fox 40. It is TMZ.com.